You are tuned into 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. I'm your host, Rita Ryan, here each and every Wednesday, 4 to 6 p.m. If you'd please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, LocalMotion on 91.3, that would be appreciated, as well as perhaps giving a like on the Facebook page by the same name. Thrilled to welcome on air now, Jorma.
Oh.
You're there. Hello?
I am here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I always like to do a brief intro. If you know that about me, being on the show a couple of times, I just like to do that. And I'll start off by saying a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Jorma Kaukonen is a founding member of two legendary bands, Jefferson Airplane and the still touring Hot Tuna. To celebrate Jorma's 80th birthday, Electric Hot Tuna, along with friends Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams, will be performing at Carnegie Hall in New York City on Friday, April 22nd. And to commemorate the album Burgers, which was released 50 years ago, they'll be playing it in its entirety. And with that, just a warm welcome back to LocalMotion, Jorma Kaukonen.
Well, thanks so much for having me. And if there's any noise, because I'm sitting here in my living room, I've got a big dog here. If he gets excited, he'll make noise. I'll take a moment and put him outside. But right now, he's behaving. So.
Oh, that's sweet. That's awesome. What's the dog's name?
Maverick.
Maverick, right. I knew it was an M. I was thinking Morgan because you show pictures of Morgan on your blog.
Yeah.
Maverick.
Yeah, I got it. He's aptly named, but he's being a good boy right now, so that's okay.
Awesome, awesome. How's it been going this winter? You guys had a little snowstorm this past weekend, huh?
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, we thought it was all over. We had Wishbone Ash here for 2 days last weekend, and on Friday night, they were here Saturday and Sunday, Friday night, we got, with the snow drifts, there was probably close to 3 feet of snow on one of my lower roads, so
whoa.
Vanessa and I were up early. I've got a snow plow. We were plowing and shoveling, and, of course, by Sunday, most of it was gone. It was just one of those things,
Right. Yeah, no, it was weird. It was just this weird storm, and today I hope you're having nice weather like we are. It's about 60 degrees here in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, it's about the same here, yes.
Yeah.
It's a lovely day, and that's a good thing.
It is absolutely a good thing. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I heard you do another interview because I listened to your stuff. Jefferson Airplane's getting a star on the Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah, can you believe that's hilarious?
That's awesome. Yeah. When's that happening?
It is awesome. That's happening, I believe. Something, I should know all this stuff. I think it's in October of this year. It's either September or October.
And what do you guys do? You go out there and have a little ceremony?
I guess those stars are not free. You have to pay for their maintenance in advance.
No way!
Gosh, the stuff we do just for that 15 minutes of fame. But Jack and Grace, of course, live in L.A. I'm going to go out there for it. Who thought about this kind of stuff? None of us got into this game for awards and stuff like that. But if you live long enough, it's like, wow, a star on Hollywood Walk. What's not to like, really?
Absolutely. That's permanently there. You got your imprint there forever.
Yeah, people will be stepping on us forever.
I heard that. I thought that was the coolest thing. I just thought that was so incredibly cool. And I didn't know they did that with a lot of musicians. I just thought it was more of like movies or TV type of celebrities. But hey, what do I know?
I think the parameters have expanded since the whole concept, because there's all kinds of people on the Walk of Fame, writers, this and that. I think in the beginning it was just like movie stars, but now us commoners are making the cut.
Well, maybe now that gives you the wherewithal, the three of you, to do something together. Like the last time we spoke, I was asking you about Grace, and maybe, I don't know, do a song or something together or release something.
Obviously, I would be all about that. Grace has been playing some music on her own at home. I just don't know what she's got in mind. I mean, if she wanted to play music, Jack and I'd be there in an instant.
Right, and you just happen to be there for this ceremony. I mean, you could tie it all
What a
together.
coincidence. Hey, you never know. Honestly, you never know.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, Airplane, the other thing I didn't know, and you learn stuff because Airplane had such a rich history and so much going on. Your first show was at Matrix in 1965. I didn't realize that was your first show at Matrix.
Yeah, it was August 13th, 1965 was the first show, yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Yep, my lucky day.
I bet. Wow, that's awesome. And then you also performed the inaugural concert at Bill Graham's Fillmore Auditorium that year in December. I did not know that as well.
Correct. Yeah, the first show we did there was a benefit for the San Francisco Mime Troupe, and he was their manager, or he was in some advisory capacity, and I think he realized, we could be doing shows. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That was the first gig at the Matrix.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. Good stuff. Good stuff with the Airplane. Oh, man. I am so happy. I can't wait to see photos. I hope you guys take some video of that whole ceremony because that should be shared.
You can have it. We're going to document it. We'll have so much video it'll make people sick.
That's a good thing. We like it. And Jorma, you're a football fan.
I am a football fan. So Joe Burrow, we were rooting for the Bengals because Joe Burrow is a graduate of the high school my daughter goes to, and we live in a small town, and he's just I've never met him, but we see his parents in Kroger's and stuff like that, and he just seems like a really nice young man. He's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for our local food pantry. We live in a sort of an impoverished area, so we're all of a sudden I was a Bengals fan for Joe, and he didn't win, but it was a great game.
Mm-hmm. What were you a fan of when you were growing up?
Well, that's a good question. So when I was growing up, they didn't. I'm from Washington D.C. They didn't have a professional football team there. I was a fan of the baseball. I was a fan of the Washington Senators, which became the Texas Rangers.
Oh.
And when Washington got another team, I think they're called the Nationals now. Mm-hmm. It just was the same thing. They should still be. If they were still the Senators, I'd be a Nationals fan. But I got into football in 1972. I saw Super Bowl VII, as I recall. I believe that was in '72, and I believe that the Dolphins beat the Redskins that year, and we had tickets on the 50-yard line down there at the stadium in L.A., and all of a sudden, boom, now I'm a football fan. So I started out watching the 49ers, but I think that they were played at Candlestick Park, which is so darned cold. Yeah. As soon as I became aware of the Oakland Raiders, I became an Oakland Raiders fan. And I bought my first Oakland Raiders season tickets by parking in Al Davis, their notorious manager's parking place.
Wow. And so now, because of where you live, you were rooting, of course, all that makes sense. Wow, I didn't know you were into football. See what we learn? Your blog is wonderful. I absolutely, we got to get that out there. I mean, if people want to just hear thoughts and see your pictures and stuff like that, jormakaukonen.com is where they should go. Great website. And, you did some great stuff. You played Susan Tedeschi was a guest at the Wilbur in Boston, so that looked like it was.
Susan and Derek. The Tedeschi Trust Band is arguably, if not certainly one of the best bands in the world today.
Yep.
And having toured with them a couple of years ago, and they've been friends of ours for years. The whole gang is just the best, and so. It was just such a treat. Susan and Derek had a show across the street the next night after our thing. She was there and showed up and said, "You just got to play with us." And of course, she's being the gracious lady she is. She said, "Let's do it."
Oh man, yeah, that looked like so much fun. A great group, just like you say. Yeah, absolutely. So your blog, Jorma, you started that like in 2010? That long?
Yeah, I started it. When I started it, I didn't even know what a blog was, and originally it was I just had a website, and my first column was notes from the captain's table, and it wasn't really interactive with other people. When I got when I started doing stuff with WordPress, then we started allowing comments and stuff like that. And it's an interesting thing. Every now and then I go, well, these comments have nothing to do with what I was talking about, but when you open the door for people to come in and invite a conversation, you don't get to direct the conversation. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. And I guess you can always turn off comments if you choose to. So
but I don't. I mean, every now and then, I got to say, generally speaking, everybody is pretty polite most of the time. I mean, I don't encourage, I don't allow mean-spiritedness, and people don't need to agree with me. I'm okay with that. But if somebody is really, if I consider that what they're doing to be really ignorant, I may take action. But for the most part, I just stay on the sidelines. Like I say, if you're going to invite a conversation, you can't direct the way it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like you also had a lot of fun at the Capitol sessions back in December. That looked like a lot.
Oh, yeah, that with Larry and the gang. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, wow.
What a lineup.
Larry, he's such a treat to work with, and I know that anything he and Teresa are involved in, I just know it's going to be fun.
Right. You don't even have to question it. You just know whatever it is, it's quality.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, you've got your buddies joining you, and I have to ask you this question. It's coming. Sure. How do you get to Carnegie Hall, Jorma?
Well, aside from the normal practice, you wait until the pandemic is over and they're open again.
Yeah. So you are...
So Larry is, we're doing a couple things with this show. Our first set is going to be its 50th anniversary, more or less, of Burgers. So our first set is going to be reprising the album in its entirety. And of course, since Papa John, may he rest in peace, is no longer with us, Larry, who is a fine fiddle player, is going to do the Papa John part. So we're going to, obviously things have mutated a little bit in the last 50 years, but basically we've got Larry will be playing Papa John's part. It's going to be really fun. I've got Teresa will be singing David Crosby's part on Highway Song, and since she's there, I'm going to get her to sing with me as much as possible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. And, of course, you'll have Justin on drums.
Justin Gwip will be playing drums, and me and Jack, of course. Yeah, Justin, I met Justin when I was recording River of Time in 2009 at Levon Helm's studio. Justin is Larry's production partner, and he's also an engineer. Mm-hmm. And in the course of doing that, I realized that not only does he do all that stuff, but he's a great drummer. Mm-hmm. And before he knew it, he was our drummer, and he's been our drummer for, I guess it's pushing a decade now.
Yeah, he's our neighbor here, Milan Hill Studio.
That's right. He's right up the road from you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Justin's a great guy. Always love seeing Justin. Great smile on his face. I love that man.
If we were in Italy, we'd say Milan Studios, but we're not, so it's Milan.
Milan, yeah, I know. And you know what? Other people that come here, Jorma, that aren't local, they don't know that. They do call it Milan. And
of course they did.
Yeah.
I didn't know until Justin slapped me in the face and said it's Milan.
Right. Exactly. So, so Carnegie Hall, April 22nd. It's a Friday night. And, oh my gosh, have you played Carnegie Hall?
That's a funny part of the story. The answer is yes. We did Carnegie Hall probably sometime in the, I would guess, 74, 75. There's some Hot Tuna fan out there that knows exactly. I can't remember exactly, but it was sort of like early-ish on in Hot Tuna. And we were, of course, extremely loud back then. And our fans were, God bless them, were younger and somewhat obstreperous. And so Carnegie Hall was not pleased with our participation for a lot of reasons. I guess plaster fell off the ceiling because we were playing so loud, and the folks were having a really good time. So more or less, we were kind of banned from Carnegie Hall for a long time. I don't know if it's official, but we never got another Carnegie Hall date. Mm-hmm. So it's thrilled to be back. everybody's gotten a lot older. We're going to be much better behaved.
Yes, and you promised management at Carnegie Hall this, so we're good. We're good. Yeah, no. What a show. What a show this is going to be. Legendary Carnegie Hall and Burgers in its entirety. Do you have a favorite song on Burgers?
Well, that's a good question. That's a really interesting album because it's sort of a transitory one into the more heavy metal things. That's a good question, and I'm thinking, wow, just listening to 99 Year Blues while we're ready to start our conversation. Mm-hmm. That was my Chihuahua barking, by the way. I have a small dog too.
Oh, sweet.
Hearing 99 Year Blues with Steve Talbot playing a little bit, singing that bass part and Papa John playing fiddle. I just like that record. I'd be hard pressed to pick a favorite song.
To pick a favorite. Now this was.
But since you asked me, pick Sea Child.
Ah, all right. Okay, good to know. Now this was your first studio album for Hot Tuna, right? The other two were live.
Yes, that is correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Papa John Creech is on this one, released in 1972. And yeah, wow. Where'd you record this? L.A.?
No, that record was recorded in Wally Hyder's Studio A.
Nice. Wow. So wow. So Tuna Burgers, 50 years. Can you believe it's been a 50-year album? And wow. All of it, right? It's amazing.
It's like half a century. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? And here you are playing it at Carnegie Hall 50 years after its release.
Correct.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. That's really good stuff. Good. And you've also got some dates with Little Feat coming up.
Yeah, so we're doing a bunch of stuff with Little Feat also. And on this leg of our Little Feat sojourn, Jack and I are just playing as a duo, but we're doing a bunch of stuff as summer stuff comes along, and we're doing that as a trio with Justin, but we're going to do this in a more, and I use the term acoustic loosely because we're always plugged in no matter what.
Right.
But we're going to be doing this in a quasi acoustic setting rather than the stacks of Marshalls and stuff like that. And we've got a lot of plans for doing a bunch of our classic material in a somewhat different way.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice, really cool. And Little Feat now, of course, has the addition of Scott Sherrard on guitar, which adds a whole other dimension to it.
Totally, Scott is awesome, and it's gonna. We miss Paul Barrera, of course, but life goes on, and they're great guys, and we're looking forward to having big fun with them. And of course, we'll undoubtedly be sitting in with them as well. Yeah, Scott is a great musician, great guitar player.
Yeah, most definitely is. And Tony Leone on drums is amazing also. So
they're back.
Yeah, they've been killing it. They've been killing it. Now, beautiful. I can't talk to you and not talk about this wonderful compound that you have where you live in Ohio, Fur Peace Ranch. It just looks amazing. I mean, you look at the website and if you have to be anywhere on the planet and you got to be stuck for a while, your place is the place to go. I mean, you've got workshops, you've got concerts, you've got these great cabins, what looks like to be delicious food, and great people coming out to your place. Yep.
That's a fact. So that's another sort of who knew moment, but I wound up here, close to 30 years ago, and here we are, and it's a lovely. We live in a beautiful country. There's a lot of beautiful places in America, but this is really as beautiful as any. Southeast Ohio is one of these very, very special places.
And right before then, you lived in the Hudson Valley, right? So you moved from the Hudson Valley to Ohio.
I did. Yes. It's very beautiful up where you guys live too, and yes, indeed. I live there.
Oh yeah. You've had some times here and some fun times, and some great performances here as well. So good stuff. So Fur Peace. So you have some great shows coming up. Already sold out everything. How many people does your concert venue there hold?
Well, it depends if the fire marshal is asking me or not.
No, it's not.
But yeah, it's about 220, 230 something.
Nice.
It's a great sounding room. In 2 weeks, John Hurlbut and I are going to be doing this during the concerts, reprising some of our River Flow stuff as well as some new material we're working on. And yeah, we have a fabulous concert schedule. You need to go to purpeaceranch.com or my website. You can get there also.
Yep.
And see what's cool stuff, really cool stuff.
Yeah, and Tuna's there too, electric, but sold out already.
Yeah, we've got shows of Tuna coming out.
Yeah, sold out. And you're going to Buffalo, Pennsylvania, D.C., Virginia, New Jersey, Carnegie Hall. You've got dates with Little Feat. You've got a busy spring and summer, sir.
We do. We're so grateful to be out there working again. I don't have to tell you. It was sort of like a long winter for everybody.
Yeah, a long 2-year winter.
Like I told my daughter, it was the longest winter break she'll ever have in school.
Yeah, absolutely. And but you guys did such a wonderful thing for so many of us. The quarantine concert series, the past 2 years, every Saturday. How many of those did you do? 51?
We did 50. We did 50A, and then we did another one after everything was open again. I forget what we called it. 50B.
50B. Thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah, it's Vanessa in the background, and we'll probably be sneaking a couple more out every now and then.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I see some comments where people are like, when you have these concerts, please, stream them. And, people are willing to pay for a live stream of the caliber of musicians that you have there for sure.
Well, so. we would never charge for any of our quarantine things. That was on the house. And again, we'll probably be doing some more things like that. And if we do stuff of that ilk, it will be free also. Mm-hmm. However, we do. Nessa, are we streaming shows coming up? What's the deal?
So we are with your show. Hi, Rita.
Hi, Vanessa.
The other musicians, for another musician to allow us to stream, the benefit for them is additional revenue. So if any of the other bands will allow us to do it for free, we would welcome that, but they have the option to charge. So
yes.
we don't want to deny any artist the opportunity to make more revenue, because honestly, even though our payday is really good, we have 200 seats. Our musicians, if we can get a musician for under 7,500 or 10,000, you can do the math.
Right.
We're going to take the no matter what, and it's just a good thing to be able to offer them additional revenue. But because we've done it for free for so long, we just feel like we
Right. But,
there's a couple different ways to look at this.
Yeah.
There absolutely are.
For Jorma and Jack or Jorma and John, we're giving it away.
Ah, nice. Well, and you also, I always say, it's been a tough couple of years here for the arts, for musicians and for menus. You got some great merchandise. You really have cool stuff, quality stuff. And, pick up a T-shirt. You're getting all these free live stream concerts. Pick up something. You got great CBD products. I know you've been, looking at that. I mean, you've got some really cool products.
As we speak.
You're doing what?
I'm rubbing a little CBD on my hand as we speak.
Yeah. Get it ready for those fingers ready to be going, because your fingers are going to be doing some moving these couple of next months.
They certainly are.
Yeah,
we've got great stuff. We've got some new T-shirt designs and of course all the CBD products, and like everything else, we've had a lot of fun with this for a long time. And we offer quality stuff, if I do say so myself. You really do. You really, really do. So you definitely get what you pay for. Again, furpeaceranch.com. People keep coming over and over, right? You get a lot of the same people for your workshops. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, every time I see you after a show, it's like,
somebody that's been to your workshop. I can't wait. When's your next one? So it's really, you've got quite a community you've built after all these years. And it's really great and heartwarming to see you guys. I don't know that it's possible, but every time I see you, it's like you get better and better. You just are. Jorma, I don't know where it comes from, but just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I'll tell you where I think it comes from. I talked to Jack and some of my friends that are sort of like age. We're really lucky because we're able to still learn, and that keeps things exciting. And as long as we're able to do that, it's just, there's just no downside to it at all. We both, Jack and I have stayed healthy, and we're able to look at the world with a sense of wonder, and that's a good place to be.
It is a really good place to be. I think I told you last time we spoke, I was in D.C. last summer, and I was at one of the Smithsonian museums. Go to the gift shop, and there's these books. And there's a book, Been So Long, at the Smithsonian by Jorma Kaukonen. I just thought that was the coolest thing. Is there going to be something else that you do like that?
Well, I'm thinking about doing another book. I have not started yet, so there's a lot of space between thinking and actually starting. but I am thinking about it, and I'll probably make the jump between now within the next month or so and start writing. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. I've been so long, not long enough. Who knows? Who knows what it's going to be? But yeah, I mean, as a kid that grew up in the D.C. area and spent a lot of time in the Smithsonian. It's like, wow.
I am kicking myself when I think about it that I didn't take a picture of just the book at, something with an emblem that said Smithsonian and send it to you guys. Absolutely kicking myself because I just thought it was the coolest thing to have your book just pop out at me.
Well, that's okay. The story is good enough for me.
All right. That's cool. Jorma, I always like to end conversations with you by reading one of your blog entries, if I may.
Sure.
This one you wrote on August 25th of 2021, quote, "At 80 years of age, things are beginning to change for me faster than I would like. Unfortunately, what I like and dislike has nothing to do with reality, and acceptance seems to be more important than ever. So many people of my generation, as well as the one before and after me, have passed within the last couple of years. I think the ones I miss the most are the ones that were part of my still ongoing story. Most of the people that interact with this site are tuned into the ones that were part of our musical history. Each one from our generation that we lose makes our world just a little smaller. Life goes on until it doesn't, and that's not about to change anytime soon. I find myself so fortunate that I am surrounded by people that are mostly younger than I. It keeps me from trying to replay my own story. Whether I'm driving my daughter to school at 0700 hours or trying to make my fingers comfortable with an unfamiliar chord position, this is indeed a bonus round. Not long before my mom passed, she said to me, 'There is no one left alive that knew me as a girl.' There was a distant wistfulness in her eyes as she said that. There are fewer people alive today who knew me as a boy, but by the grace of God, there are many people who know me today as a man, still trying to do the next right thing, a work in progress," unquote.
Did I write that?
You did write that, Jorma. You're a great writer. You keep us all on our toes. You make us all think. And yeah.
Well, you guys keep me on my toes, too, so it's a team effort.
It is a team effort. So now I got to ask you one more thing about Carnegie Hall. So you said the first set is going to be burgers. Do you know what the second set is going to be?
All right. So yeah, I'm right. I guess we got sidetracked. So for the second set, Jack has some tapes that he made in 1960 when I'd been fingerpicking the guitar for about 4 months. And when I listened to these things, my first comment was, "Wow, I wasn't bad." So anyway, so we're gonna resuscitate a couple of versions of songs from those 1960 tapes, and we're gonna do some of the songs that Jack and I did in our little band, The Triumphs, in 1958. So we're gonna probably do at least one Everly Brothers song, at least one Buddy Holly song. Teresa's going to be will be one. I'll be one of the Everly Brothers, and Teresa will be the other. And so we're going to bring some stuff back from our high school days as well as the good old, the good old hot tuna stuff that people have come to and enjoy.
Wow. And what a great relationship, you and Jack, man. That's heartwarming in and of itself.
Well, I was just talking, Jack is over in the Isle of Jersey right now. He has a place that he hasn't been there for, almost 3 years. So he's there right now on a brief vacation. I was just talking to him this morning. He'll be coming back soon. He'll be coming out here. We'll be practicing with Justin. It's going to be great. It's something. We're lucky guys. We get to live a good life.
Yeah, you do. Well, good things happen to good people sometimes, and that's exactly the case. And Jack with that beautiful bass. He has one bass named Diane, or are there more than that? Diana.
There's Diana 1, 2, 3, and 4.
What?
And the one that you're probably, each one is a little bit different. The one that everybody's going to see on the road will be 3. And it's just a little easier. He can actually play that one standing up, because the things are monstrous.
Yeah.
They sound incredible, but they're monstrous. But Diana 3 is a little more ergonomically flexible.
Beautiful. So we'll be looking forward to that. Tickets available.
And of course, his Epiphone Jack Cassidy bass. We'll be seeing a lot of that too.
Yeah. Oh man, this is going to be epic. I don't use that word lightly, but this is going to be epic. Hot Tuna at Carnegie Hall.
Agreed.
Yeah. April 22nd. It's a Friday night. Special guests Larry and Teresa. Of course, Electric Hot Tuna, and not to be missed, carnegiehall.org, and also furpieceranch.com. Keep up with all your great concerts. Give a like on Facebook, follow on YouTube, and of course, look at the great merchandise available. Jorma, it is always an honor. It is a pleasure. When I wake up in the morning and I know I get to talk to you, it feels like Christmas Day. And I just thank you for your time. And
when we get to do interviews and stuff like that, the onus or the burden of the interview is always on you guys, on the interviewer, not the interviewee. It is always a pleasure to talk to you. You always make it fun and interesting.
Oh, thank you, Jorma. I'll see you next month.
You will indeed.
Awesome. Stay safe. Travel safe. Bye, Vanessa. Thank you for everything. And you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Cheers. 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. The one and only Jorma Kaukonen. Hot Tuna live at Carnegie Hall, Friday, April 22nd. Get your tickets now because they're going to go. Larry Campbell, Teresa Williams, special guests. Hot Tuna is going to be performing in honor of Burgers, their album Burgers, their 50th anniversary. The album, they're going to be playing it in its entirety, as Jorma just said, and that's going to be it's like the best album that I think, So anyway, in the meantime, let's just play some more music. Let me catch my breath here, because it always is it's an amazing thing to talk with Jorma. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you missed part of that interview, it'll be uploaded this evening on the YouTube channel, as well as turned into a podcast. So let's take a listen to another. This might be my favorite track on Burgers. Let's take a listen. Let me know what you think. Here's Water Song. 91.3 WVKR. Oh, yeah. 91.3 WVKR. Hot tuna. Keep on trucking off of burgers. We also heard Water Song. Thank you to Jorma Kaukonen for being my guest today here on Local Motion. It is truly always a great honor to have him on the show. It never gets old, and I just can't tell you how much it means to me. If you missed part of the interview with Jorma Kaukonen today, you can subscribe to my Local Motion on 91.3 WVKR YouTube page. I'll be uploading it this evening, as well as turning it into a podcast wherever you get your streaming platform. Everything's under Local Motion. Jorma Kaukonen, Hot Tuna, will be performing